Your Honor, if I could, I'm here on behalf of my client, Mr. Joseph Tootle. We filed a complaint for absolute divorce in this matter. It's a very, very short-term marriage. The parties were just married in September of 2023. And what we have, Your Honor, is that the crux of this case, and really the only asset of this marriage, comes down to the parties prior to their marriage purchased a home at 1047 Yellow Creek Highway. My client put down a significant down payment on the home. Well, the down payment was put prior to the marriage, and the purchase was right after the parties married. The property is approximately between $700,000 and $800,000 home, has a significant mortgage on it. What we're asking, Your Honor, is for exclusive possession of the home. Mrs. Botnick, again, this is a short-term marriage. Mrs. Botnick has 3 children from prior relationships. In fact, she was with child at the time of the parties' marriage that is not my client's child. And she has just finished another custody matter with that child's father. And again, she's not contributing financially. They purchased a vehicle that she is driving, and we are asking that she and the children, and she's allowed her mother, Miss Carol Ledford, to move into the home also. So there's 6 people cohabitating in this home, and my client is having to pay all of meet the financial responsibility of the home. So it's our request that she be ordered to vacate the premises, or in the alternative, given the fact that herself, her 3 children, and her mother are living there, that my client pays 1/6 and she pays 5/6 of all the expenses associated with the home. The home, again, we're going to have an issue. The home has just been purchased. It's very unlikely that there's significant equity. She is not in a position, it's our claim that she's not in a position to buy my client out of the home or get the home refinanced into her own name. But she is not contributing, and she has now begun having extramarital relations, and as a result of that, we want her out of the house.
Your Honor, just briefly, parties were married September 4th, 2023. The home that they currently reside in was purchased, conveyed to both of them as husband and wife, Joseph Tootle and Jordan Botnick, by warranty deed executed September 26, 2023, recorded with the Register of Deeds September 29th, 2023. The approximate purchase price was $800,000. 20% was paid down, which is approximately $160,000. Mr. Tootle makes a significantly higher income than Ms. Botnick. With respect to her children who live there, Mr. Tootle was fully aware that Ms. Botnick had children when they married, fully aware that they would be moving into the residence. And with respect to Ms. Botnick's mother, he agreed that she could move into the residence. Our position, Your Honor, is that the house is a marital residence. Mr. Tootle has significantly more income than Ms. Botnick, and we have filed before the court today is a motion to sell the marital residence, and we would propose that upon its sale, the net proceeds be paid into court, and then we can proceed with the divorce in that regard. But I would submit to the court there's no basis to grant Mr. Tootle exclusive possession of the marital home. Ms. Botnick's name is on the deed. It's a marital asset, and submit that she's entitled to reside there just as much as he is.
All right. Look around, please. Raise your right hand, be placed under oath.
State your name, please, ma'am.
Jordan Lindsay Bachnick,
And Ms. Boddick, where do you work?
Envision Healthcare.
And what do you do for Envision Healthcare?
I'm an AP specialist.
And what,
Please scoot up a little bit towards that microphone
Sorry.
so we make sure it's picking
I'm
up.
an AP specialist,
and what does that mean?
accounts payable. I work for the same company as Joseph.
And what is your rate of pay?
22 an hour.
You work 40 hours a week,
Yes, ma'am.
and you have 3 children by how many different men?
3.
And how much child support do you get?
I get child support 1 kid and $697.
$697 for what child?
1 child, and I don't get child support from the other 2.
What child do you get the 190?
Sailor, the
Okay.
baby.
And who is Sailor's father?
Nick Ellis.
And that's your youngest child?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were in fact pregnant with Sailor at the time that you married?
No,
Or right after you had just had the child?
I just had him. He was born in June and I got married in September.
Okay. And what sort, you have just settled a lawsuit on paternity with Mr. Ellis?
Yes,
And when was that done? At the point in time, did you admit to your husband that you only married him for financial security?
no,
You sure about that?
yes,
That's your statement under oath?
yes,
Did you threaten, at the point in time when he told you he wanted a divorce, did you threaten to throw yourself against the wall so that you could get an order of protection and kick him out of the house?
no,
You allowing your children to, have you allowed any of your minor children to operate any motor vehicle in and around the property?
I let my son drive down the driveway.
And he ran over shrubs and things, is that correct?
1 shrub.
And that's your 12-year-old or your 10-year-old?
I let my 10-year-old.
Your 10-year-old's driving a vehicle that caused some slight damage to the property, is that correct?
He drove down the driveway and ran over a shrub.
Did you replace it? Okay. Do you allow your children to shoot arrows into the drywall of the
No.
home? You didn't sit there and videotape it and laugh
I
at it?
videotaped my son shooting an arrow into a cardboard box.
Not into the garage and damaging the property?
No,
Have you contributed to the house payment?
no,
Why not?
because I'm paying for everything else.
What is everything else that you're paying for?
Groceries to stay in the house, and I pay for all my kids, groceries, clothes, and I filled out a form, basically showing what I do pay for.
Pay any of the utilities?
No,
Pay any insurance on the vehicle you're driving?
yes,
You pay for your insurance
I pay for my insurance
and your vehicle?
on
What
my
kind of-
vehicle.
What kind of vehicle are you driving?
A Tahoe.
2021 Chevy Tahoe?
Yes, ma'am.
And how much are the payments on that?
A little over 1,000.
Who's making those payments?
I am.
When did you start making those payments?
2 months ago. I've made 3 payments so far. So 3 months now.
When did you purchase that vehicle?
August 22nd of 23.
You acknowledge that the down payment on the home came from his separate funds, do you not?
Your Honor, I'm going to object. That calls for a legal conclusion.
I'm sorry?
I object. That calls for a legal conclusion as to what separate funds are.
I'll rephrase the question. Did you have any money before y'all, when the contract was made on this house?
I had my own money.
How much did you have?
At the time, I don't recall how much I had.
Did you pay $160,000 down on this house?
I don't recall.
You don't recall?
No, I didn't put money down on the
Okay,
house.
why did you say you don't recall?
Well, to your question before that.
Objection asked and answered.
No, I did not pay money on the house.
You know that your husband had money that he put down on this house that was not your money.
Right. After we were married, though, he paid money on the house.
And he paid for your attorney for your paternity actions too, didn't he?
He helped pay for my attorney with Nick.
And how much was that?
Your Honor, object. I think that's privileged.
Object on what basis?
Privilege? I mean, third party may have paid it. They're married.
And you're talking about the attorney-client privilege?
Yeah, number one, I don't think it's relevant.
Now we're talking relevance instead of privilege.
Well, Judge, I think what a client pays an attorney and a third party pays it,
I understand your point, Mr. Odell. And again, we're talking economics of two people who have been married for a short period of time. You will be able to ask questions of him regarding any expenditures he's made. And my understanding is that these questions are being asked to demonstrate the financial contributions each of them have made to the household. Because one of the motions that we have before the court today is the motion for exclusive possession of the marital residence, and that entails who's going to pay the mortgage for that. There's also a motion for a temporary division of marital debt, which is on the docket. So all of these issues are relevant on the issues that are before the court. She's not required to testify about any direct conversations that she may have with her attorney, but the question of if there were marital funds or his separate funds that were used to pay for her attorney, then for whatever relevance, whatever weight that is, I think it is relevant on the issue before the court.
Please repeat the question.
Who paid for your attorney?
Joseph did.
Did you ask him to do that
He offered to help me out.
when you got sued?
I didn't get sued.
Did you file the paternity suit, or did Mr. Ellis sue you? Did you sue?
We agreed upon it. I didn't get sued.
He didn't file a petition against you,
Yes.
so you got sued.
Okay, I didn't know that was being sued.
Yes, ma'am. He filed a petition to establish paternity, Mr. Ellis did,
Okay.
correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you asked your husband for help in securing counsel for that, is that correct?
He offered.
Have you ever contributed anything to, other than paying for your children's food, have you ever contributed anything to the mortgage, to the utilities, to the down payment on this house, or the payment of insurance or taxes on this house at all?
No, ma'am.
That's all. And Mr. Tootle, you married Ms. Erin Botnick back in September of 2023, is that correct?
That's correct.
How long had you known her prior to y'all's marriage?
Roughly 7 years.
And do y'all work at the same
We do.
company?
We do.
And what is your role at the company, at Envision?
I'm VP of Accounting Information Systems.
Were you her direct supervisor?
No,
And y'all became acquainted through your employment, is that correct?
I knew her prior to employment. I helped her get the job.
Okay, how did you know her prior to the employment?
I met her at her work when she worked at Twin Peaks.
At where?
Twin Peaks,
Twin Peaks is a bar
bar and restaurant.
and restaurant, and we'll just leave it, why the name of that, but at any rate, you met her there and got her a job. Did y'all start a romantic relationship at that point in time?
I helped her get a job probably about 2 years ago. We kind of hung out some in between there, from time of meeting till she got the job at our company.
And when did y'all become romantically involved?
Throughout the time I've known her,
Okay.
different instances.
And she was having relations with other people during that time too?
objection leading.
Correct.
And you,
Well, the question is sustained, it was leading, restate your question.
are you aware of whether or not, did y'all have an exclusive relationship?
We did not.
At what point in time did marriage come into the picture?
Roughly somewhere in July, after she had her child.
Okay. Did you ask her to marry, or was it just a, hey, let's do this? I mean, what was the?
We decided to date, and then as we started dating, we decided that after knowing each other for a period of time, that was the right move to make at that time, because she stated she was in love and wanted to be with me.
Okay. And as a result of that, where were you living at the time?
In Franklin
And where was she living?
and Dixon,
And did she have a home?
she had an apartment.
And did you have a home?
I did.
One that you owned?
No, sorry, I was in an apartment as well.
Okay, you rented and she rented. is
She
that
rented and I
correct?
rented, correct.
Okay. And so y'all decided to she professed her love and you hers, and y'all decided to get married, and did you start looking for a place to live?
Started looking for a place prior to that. somewhere in July. We talked about looking for a place, so we were looking prior to being married.
Okay. And you found a home on Yellow Creek Highway,
Correct.
okay? And it's a very nice home. And y'all purchased, did you enter into a contract prior
And
to?
don't leave it with us.
When did you enter into a contract to purchase the property?
In August. And I put down earnest money in August.
How much did you put down?
It's $10,000 in earnest money
And then when was the closing scheduled?
for September 26th,
And y'all married when?
September 4th.
And on the 26th, was there a closing on that piece of property?
Correct, there
Was
was.
it placed in joint names?
Yes,
Was there money put down on the house?
roughly 160 plus the 10,000.
And where was the source of that money?
Came from my income. 120 was in savings, 40 I took a loan against my 401k.
Is there still a loan on the 401k?
Yes. Comes out of my paycheck month.
How much did y'all purchase the home for?
It was 760,
And what is the monthly payments?
4,200. That doesn't include insurance and taxes.
And that's going to be my next. Was insurance and taxes escrowed in?
It was not escrowed in.
So other than when you purchased it in September, the down payment that you made, are you familiar with any other increases in value or any improvements to the property that's been made that would increase it significantly from what the purchase price was?
There's been no improvements to the property.
Did both of you sign the mortgage?
I'm the only one on the mortgage.
Do you know why?
It was better to qualify for interest rate under my income than using both.
So even though
That's
the
what-
house is in joint names, the mortgage is only in your name?
Correct.
Now, shortly after, you know how much she makes?
Roughly,
What is that?
around 22. I think when she got the job it was around 21, and there's been raises since then.
And how much do you make, sir?
Around to 190,
You've assisted me,
and
in-
that's without bonus, but bonus isn't guaranteed, so
you have assisted me in filling out an income and expense statement, is that correct?
that's correct.
Would you pass this to him? The officer's going to pass you one, and Your Honor, we'll mark this for ID purposes at this point in time.
All right.
Could you review that? Does that adequately and reflect what what your income and your expenses are?
Yes,
So again, what you're looking at is you gross about $14,000 a month, is that right?
yes,
And then the expenses that are spelled out, the rent, the mortgage is $4,200, is that correct?
that's correct.
And how did you come up with the utilities? Are those just an average of what?
That was the average of what we'd had thus far, but again, this was in January, so there's only a couple of months to average it.
Right, so again, you've got the electricity and the gas, you have gas heat, correct?
We have gas, electric, water, yes.
Okay, and so again, with the summer and the air conditioning things, those are likely to go up, is that correct?
Misleading.
Do you
So
know
you
what
don't
the,
leave the
I'll
witness.
rephrase it. Do you think that these will be consistent or will they fluctuate?
Gas will probably go down, electric will probably go up.
Why have you got wife's telephone? Is that just
At
her?
the time I filed, I was paying her phone bill. She used my credit card multiple times after I'd paid it once
Okay.
to pay it.
And then again, the rest of these are average expenses, is that right?
That's right. And the only thing on here I haven't been paying is the Tahoe. I stopped paying it in January.
And that's the 1,050, and that's the vehicle
correct.
she's driving. Had you previously paid it?
I'd been paying it since we bought it.
And when was it purchased?
We purchased it in August.
Right before the marriage?
Right before the marriage.
Whose name is it in?
It's in both of our names because she couldn't qualify on her own for it
Okay. And so-
with a good interest rate.
Okay. And so again, looking at that, you're basically barely breaking even if you take away the $1,000.
I was until she started paying her bills.
Okay, until she started paying her bills. Okay. Tell me what's led to you Your Honor, we'll move that in as the next exhibit.
Mark is This
What's
is the
led
first
you-
exhibit, is it not?
Yes, that first one. What's led to you filing this divorce, sir?
We started having issues in October, which was relatively shortly after being married. She even told me that her therapist and her had discovered that through their therapy that she wasn't really in love with me and that she wanted consistency and stability for her kids and thought that she could love me over time. At that point in time, we talked about getting a divorce. We tried to work it out multiple times and we kind of wound up back at the same spot.
Okay. So she had to go to therapy to figure out she didn't love you?
Objection leading.
Sustained.
Has she contributed anything financially to this marriage?
Other than groceries for her and her kids, no.
What about has she made any threats towards you?
Multiple.
Tell me about those.
We got into an argument. Coming back-
Verbal argument, physical argument, what?
verbal argument. I'm not a physical person. And we talked about, in that argument, divorce came up and she wanted me out of the house. She said she would throw herself against the wall and call the cops, say I did it. That was one occasion. Another occasion, she threatened, or she said she'd called the cops. So I said I'd come to the house, wait for the cops to get there. They never came. Recently, as 2 weeks ago, she said that she was going to call the cops, that I'd hit her in front of her 12-year-old. Which obviously I didn't. So multiple times that's happened. To the point where I had to get a camera for the room I stay in to make sure that anything would be videoed to show that I'm not a physical.
And as well,
I
because
didn't ask what he did. I asked, why do you want it sold?
Or if my client could answer the question.
I agree.
I don't think she's asking the question, she's answering the question. She's saying that he wanted it sold too, but the question is, why does she want it sold? So.
Right. Because that was a house we were married in, and if I'm leaving, then we both move on. I want the house sold.
But just in revenge.
No, definitely not revenge. I'm not vindictive like that.
Okay. Well, you put this income and expense statement for whatever the truth of it is, that
I'm
you don't
object
have,
argumentative.
you don't have,
Staying on the sidebar comments, don't make sidebar comments.
you're stating that you only have $3,912 a month to support you, your 3 kids, and your mother.
Right,
And you're gonna sell a home that you've not contributed to whatsoever, correct?
right,
And you're going to have that listed for sale, so there's gonna be a sales commission that's gonna be paid on it, correct?
correct,
And then you're going to have capital gains tax on any income that you derived from that, correct? Did you know that?
okay, correct.
And so so again, it's certainly not for financial gain that you think you're gonna sell the house, is it?
Well, the divorce is gonna end us. We're not gonna be together anymore, and I want a fresh start. He will want a fresh start, and I want the house sold.
Because you want the money, right?
Not necessarily, no.
Now, in your income and expense statement, you use $3,912.46 is what your income is. But again, you're making $22 an hour.
Right,
So that's $45,000 and some change a year, correct? $45,760 a year.
yes,
So you divide that out, and I divided by 52 weeks, and that's $3,813.
okay.
Where did you, and do you make any overtime or anything else?
No, we're not allowed overtime.
But this income that you've got up here, this monthly income before taxes, does not include the $687, the $780, or the $599, which is an additional $2,066. Isn't that correct?
If that's what you have on there.
Well, you don't have it on there. I added it up. But if you look down at the bottom, monthly court order child support, $687.
And also, it's not consistent. I mentioned why.
You didn't put that on, that's not included in this number, is it?
Is it not?
Is it or is it not? This is what you've introduced as your income, ma'am.
It's not introduced
Okay.
because it's not consistent, because he doesn't have a job half the time, his father.
Well, see, I asked you, when I called you on direct examination, I asked you what child support you get, and you know what your testimony was?
Yes, and I told you.
No, you just said I only get it for Sailor. You get $687.
Right.
You didn't mention that you got it for Bryson.
Because I hardly get it.
Well, when was the last time you got it?
Last
Month?
No, let me finish, please. I got it probably back in October of 2023. And I can show proof of that.
Have you instituted any cases against him to try to collect the money?
Well, it's kind of pointless because it's already garnished out of his wages, and it would cost me money that I don't really have to fight him. And
So you would instead let somebody who's not the father of your child support you and provide a home for you than to go get money from the person who's supposed to be supporting that child?
well, he does work sometimes, and when he does, I do get money for Bryson. So, and I'm doing what I can. Make sure he has everything he needs.
You're doing what you can.
Right, for my kids.
Have you gotten another job?
No, I have a baby. New baby.
Okay.
Well,
Does that preclude you from having to support your children?
I don't think I would have time to have another job when I work 40 hours a week.
You just work 40 hours a week. And your mother you're providing a roof for your mother on somebody else's dime. Correct?
She helps a lot with the children, so that's saving me on having to get childcare.
Your 10-year-old has a cell phone?
Yes. Everyone in his grade has one.
So we have to keep up with the Joneses. But because everybody in his grade has one?
Well, he rides the
Who does he
bus.
call?
He games on it and stuff like that. That's what all the kids do these days.
But who's paying the internet so that he can log on to it out there at Yell Creek?
I am.
You're paying the internet
On the phone.
on the phone?
I'm paying the cell phone.
Okay, he doesn't click on and get on and not use his cellular data?
I could use hotspot if I need to.
Who pays for the hotspot?
Me. I pay for my cell phone.
Okay, so that's what you're doing.
If I need to.
Well, I didn't ask what you needed to, I asked what you were doing.
So right now, when he's not home, he runs off the service. I don't even know if he's even connected to the wireless internet half the time. He's 10.
Now, you go to Green Hills twice a week is what your testimony is?
Sometimes I go in Tuesdays and Thursdays, and she changes it up, but most of the time it's Tuesdays and Thursdays.
No, I didn't ask what most of the time. You testified when I put you on the witness stand first that you have to go to Green Hills twice a week.
Right.
That's not true, is it?
Unless the weather's bad or if it's snowing, no, I don't go if it's snowing.
And you don't
And
go...
this past week, I didn't go on Tuesday because of the storms. So it does change sometimes.
So when I subpoena your work records and
Absolutely. Go
that they're
ahead.
going to tell you were at the office 2 times every week,
Go ahead.
every week since the beginning of this year.
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
That's the truth.
Unless there's bad weather or if something's going on with the kids or if something's going on.
Well, how many times has something gone on?
Quite a bit. The weather, it was winter.
Now, I've got some black and white pictures, but I want to, I didn't print them in color, and I'm going to come to you and show you these if the court will allow. Just give me a little shot. You know. And again, you were watching the video, you videoed yourself and you saw your son
Right, so he was
shooting the
safe.
holes into the drywall, or it's the insulation, isn't it?
Judge, may I haven't seen
You
these.
may approach and watch what's being shown.
I can't even see it.
You can't see that because it's so tiny.
Oh, now I can't see the screen. So, right, that's zoomed in.
I'm gonna give you some black and white photographs here that we're gonna make as an exhibit.
And these are zoomed in.
Yes, I'm not disputing, these are,
Right, and they're so tiny, it's hard to, I could putty them, but they're so tiny.
but you haven't.
No, and he has. So if it was a huge issue, why wouldn't he do it too?
Well, why would he be,
Why wouldn't he if
Taking
he
care of
has
your-
pride in the house?
well, why would you not?
Because it was so tiny.
again, looking at just these color photographs, those are the black and white ones we've done. As we scroll down, there's multiple holes shot into the insulation, and this is insulation that's on the garage door and in the drywall in the garage, correct, right?
Right.
Your Honor, we'll move this series of pictures.
Is that income, is her income, is that gonna be, is that gonna be exhibit?
If he made an exhibit, I didn't.
Did you make?
I'd ask you to be made exhibit, I don't think I did.
So this income's gonna be number 4, and those pictures will be number 5.
Now, I will show you another, and I can pull the color one up, the black and white photograph.
Right, color
Did
begin.
you lie to your husband and tell him that you were driving the truck and ran over the,
Right, yes, I did. Protect my
what
kids.
vehicle was your 10-year-old driving?
My truck. The Tahoe.
The Tahoe that your husband is the one solely financed with.
I am too.
It was there, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you lied about it.
I lied to protect my child, which any mother would do if they're scared their kid will get in trouble by someone.
Well, because your son was driving
Well,
did he know
I did it
that?
out of fear.
Did he know that that you had allowed your 10-year-old to drive a vehicle
No,
that
because
is
I told him it
a,
was me that did it.
so we've established that you lied.
Let's establish a ground rule. Only one of you talk at once at a time.
I'm
This,
sorry.
Hornick over in front of me has to take down every word that's being said, and when there's conversation going on at the same time, it makes her job extremely difficult. So you just wait for her to finish her question, and she will let you answer, and if she doesn't, I'll stop her. But you make sure that she asks you the question, wait, and then you answer it, please.
Yes, sir.
So we've established that you're not above lying.
Your Honor, I'm gonna.
Is that correct?
That's argumentative.
Well, the court is the one who has to try this case, whether that is argumentative or not, really has no bearing on me. It has been established that she lied to her husband about who was driving the car. That fact is proven, so the question itself is not evidence, as we always tell the jury, so I take it with a grain of salt.
So in addition, you sent your husband a text message and stated that you had fallen with the child and broke a cabinet.
Right.
And that was also a falsehood, isn't it?
That was also the same tactic of protecting my children because
And that's why I just said it was still a falsehood, correct?
I guess if you want to spin it that way.
You lied
To Jody.
because your son,
Yes.
one of your sons broke.
And I did that out of protection to make sure he did get onto them.
Okay. The judge has already instructed for you to wait till I finish asking my
Okay,
question.
I'm sorry.
The judge has already instructed that you wait till I finish asking the question, and I will wait for your response. Can you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
You lied to your husband when which one of your sons ripped off or tore a door off of this cabinet?
Okay, so what happened was they broke it and it was just hanging there, so I finished and took it off.
Did you unscrew it?
No, I just kind of took it off.
Okay. Causing damage to the hardware and to the wood, correct?
Yes.
Did you ever take the time out and putty it and put it back up?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
Because I didn't know how. If I did know how to do something like that, I would have fixed many things in the house that need to be done.
Just like you didn't take the time to go buy putty and putty the holes that your son knocked in the wall. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. This is the tree that he ran over, correct? And we'll make that an exhibit.
Number 6.
And then this is the color photos that I've showed you on my computer. That's the text message as well as the damage that was done, correct?
Right.
Your Honor, we'll move that as the next cumulative exhibit.
Number 7.
So two occasions that you just admitted that you lied about. Now, you are also communicating with another gentleman now, aren't you?
I have a friend that I text, but I'm not.
A male friend
Yes.
that you are anticipating and romantically texting,
He lives in Chattanooga, so
I
there
didn't
that'd
ask where he
be-
lived.
Okay, well, no, we don't talk like that.
You don't talk about,
Support a friend, because I'm going through this and I need a friend. And I don't have a lot of girlfriends that really care, so I'm reaching out to him as a,
well, I'm not trying to question you because we're gonna subpoena your text records from him. And I'm asking you right now, we've already established that you embellish or tell falsehoods. And I'm asking you right now to create a record because we have a court reporter. They are not romantic in nature. Is that correct? Yes or no?
we don't really talk like that over text message, though.
Not
I
to
guess
the
I just
point
don't
of,
look at it that way.
not what y'all are gonna do when your divorce is over. You can't wait to see him.
Just kind of been talking more about my feelings.
Okay. Okay, just understand that you're under oath and there's a penalty of perjury if you testify falsely. You understand that?
Right.
And so you are not romantically involved with anybody.
I did sleep with him. But we don't talk about it.
You understand, I called you as a witness first, and I asked you if you were seeing anybody, didn't I?
I'm not seeing him. He lives in
Oh,
Chattanooga.
you just
It
happened
happened-
with him?
I asked him twice.
Oh, I did sleep with him. Now I have
We
slept with
don't
him
text
multiple
about
times.
He lives in Chattanooga. I slept with him twice.
Where?
And 2 times in a hotel.
Where?
One time in a hotel, 1 time in a hotel.
Where?
The first time was Nashville, second time was in Murfreesboro.
Who paid for it?
He did.
So you're looking for somebody else to start taking care of you?
No, I don't want him. We don't even really talk now because I thought I was gonna work it out with my husband.
Well, you lied to
Wanted to.
him. He asked you if you were dating anybody. You know what you told him? If you were seeing somebody,
I'm not seeing
you
anybody.
just had it with somebody.
I had him twice.
Did he ask you if you were seeing somebody or having a relationship with somebody?
He did, and I
And
don't
you lied,
consider that
didn't you?
seeing someone.
You lied, didn't you?
I'd ask that my client be given the opportunity to answer the questions Ms. Roberts poses.
I apologize.
Trying to answer the
Please
question.
allow her to answer the question.
You lied to your husband about having with
He didn't
somebody.
ask if I had with someone,
He didn't ask if you had. What did he ask you?
if I was seeing anyone, and I'm not.
And you're not, you just haven't. First you only told stories because you were covering for your kids. Then you told a story about having relations with another man while you're still married. And you also told a story about the fact of threatening to call the police and have Mr. Tootle kicked out of the house. And you have said that, haven't you?
Right, I did not say that.
You did, you're sure?
I'm 100%
You
sure. I did
understand
not
we've
say
had,
that.
there could be surveillance.
Totally
So
fine.
you don't want to recant that right now?
No.
All right, thank you, ma'am. You have every opportunity before this hearing is over with to recant that statement. Are you, again, testifying that you never made a threat to him to call the police and have him thrown out of the house?
The one about me throwing myself against the wall, I did not say that.
Okay, well, what did you say?
Which time when I threatened it?
Well, obviously, there's more than one threat.
Because he is kind of a bully. And yes, I will threaten to call the cops on you if you threaten me.
So telling you you're rude and that he
Well, he
wants you out of the
stopped.
house is, you're gonna call the police.
I told him to stop and he did.
That's all. You don't have anywhere to go. What are you gonna do if the house sells?
You understand the question? She's asking if you don't have any place to go, where are you going to go when the house sells?
I
Obviously.
might have to get help from my sister.
Okay, so you have the availability to do that?
No, I'll have to reach out if that's the case. She lives in Texas. I have no family in Tennessee, besides my mom.
But of course, until you were caught on cross-examination about telling numerous lies, you never raised one issue or told anything about some verbal abuse, did you?
That's why it was brought up about me having to threaten to call the police.
Why did you have with this man after the divorce was served if he's such a person?
Well, same instance he had with me.
Well, I asked that question.
It was that
too,
one of
but
those
You're on the
nights.
witness stand now.
We were both drinking and
No, I'm
it
going to
just-
object.
he's my
This is
husband.
outside the scope.
And I do still love him.
Hold on just a second. Objections outside the scope of redirect sustained. I think we've heard all we need to about that. So. You knew her for 7 years before you married her, right?
I did.
All right. You helped her get a job,
I did.
and you knew she was carrying another man's child when you married her, right?
She already had the baby when we got
Oh, you
married.
had the baby. So she had
Correct.
3 children by 3 different men, and you knew all of that before you married her.
I did.
So you kind of knew what you were getting into, at least you suspected you knew.
I kind of figured it was a 50-50 whether it was going to work out.
So
Stupid, I know.
most men, when they get married, they don't think about 50-50 chance of it working out when they, ask someone to marry them.
I wanted to believe.
Although I will say that with the divorce rate in this country, that's probably not far from the average of what marriages work out and what don't. But my question of this is, you expected there would be problems, I assume.
Yeah, I wanted to believe what she was telling me, that she was past going out and partying, and she was ready to be a family and settle down, and she was looking for
And you
stability.
Cared
And
for
so-
her and you wanted to help her.
And obviously for 8 years, there's something there, I was fed the whole 9 yards.
You serious?
The point is that you went into this knowing that there could be problems, right?
I did.
And it turned out there are problems.
Within a couple of weeks, I figured out there was problems.
But you say you still love her.
I do, but I don't think I have the same kind of love that I had before. It's more, I care about her.
All right, that's all. Step down.
Thank you.
That's our proof, Your Honor.
There was testimony that she didn't realize that she didn't really love him until her therapist, I think it was, that told her she didn't really love him. And if she went out and had with 2 other men during the marriage. That is a temporary hearing that is designed to keep the parties in life and limb together until such time as if they can conclude this matter after discovery and after mediation takes place. They are both asking for a divorce. So therefore, as was pointed out, whether Ms. Balknick wants to move out of the house or not, right now, that's coming. I mean, you're going to have to do it sooner or later. Mr. Tootle has indicated that he cares for her children, and his concern is that she may make some false allegation against him while they're continuing to live together. So it's going to take time for her to move out. The Dixon County school system concludes its school year on what, May 23rd, I think it is?
Yes, sir.
And it is this court's opinion that these parties will continue to cohabit in the marital residence until June 1st. At that point, Ms. Balknick will vacate the property. Mr. Tootle will continue to have temporary possession of the marital residence. I make that statement because of the fact that it is apparent that Mrs. Balknick cannot afford to pay the house payments, and therefore if he is forced to leave, he's going to still have to make the house payments. She has indicated that she wants to sell the house, which obviously indicates she would then have to leave. In the interim period that they reside together, she will pay all payments that she has on her income and expense statement. I have added, she's showing a shortage of her income and expenses that she's negative $1,505.56. If you add back in the child support payments and her renewable income, then that comes to $5,978.46. So it's clearly more than her expenses are, even considering those expenses, which when I look at, no, and I don't mean this to be harsh, but I don't spend $489 on recreation and entertainment a month. Clothing and personal care, $400 a month. Folks, you're going through a divorce. You're going to have to tighten up a lot of these expenses that are otherwise you might do if you're living in a nice home and having 2 incomes that total over $200,000 a year. This is not going to be the case. Short-term marriages that go through divorce, the court's usually looking to put the parties back in the situation they were in prior to the marriage. It's just that simple. Short-term marriages of a 6-month, do not typically require or even justify the awarding of alimony or spousal support, absent some compelling circumstances. So I'm just saying these expenses that are here are going to have to be looked at. Her car payment of $1,034.27 is fixed. It's going to have to be paid. She's got cell phones for a 10-year-old, so be it. She'll have to pay for it. Her automobile insurance goes with her car. Her food and groceries are $1,200 a month. She's only going to be required to provide food and groceries for her and her children. He will have to provide food for himself. Laundry and cleaning doesn't seem to be particularly outrageous, but the $400 for clothing and personal care and $489 recreational entertainment may be an area that Ms. Balknick has to kind of reduce. Mr. Tootle will be required to pay those expenses that are shown on his income and expense statement. Right now, he's paying the house mortgage. He wants to keep the house. The issue of any credit that he is to receive from making the payments on a temporary basis, any increase in the equity that might result from that will be reserved for the final hearing in this case. He's providing right now for the next 2 months at least a place for her and the children to reside until June 1st. And that, in my opinion, would justify that. I've taken away the $300 phone bill that she's now going to be required to pay, which means he'll have some small amount. But I also think he's got a greater amount than what's shown on here because there's some flexibility in his income. In any event, he'll pay the monthly mortgages on the house and all of those other bills that he has paid, with the exception of the Chevrolet Tahoe, which she is going to be required to pay. And with that being the case, I will put down this further order. These parties are both restrained and prohibited from involving law enforcement in any way, shape, form, or fashion against one another to gain an advantage in this divorce action, or to seek to have the other removed from the home. A violation of this order will be contempt of court. I'm just simply saying that. I'm not saying you would do that, but I'm saying there's been some allegation that you were going to call the police. There's some reason he might, but I'm simply saying you can't do that under this order. And as a result of that, if something happens and it turns out that somebody violates that order, they're looking at 10 days in jail for even doing that, making that type of report. If there is any indication of violence in the home, you must come to this court, file an application for an order of protection with the Chancery Court of Dixon County, Tennessee, so you will have that protection. And if you feel threatened or you have the right to apply to this court for an order of protection. They will present it to me personally for me to review, since I'm the one who's hearing this case, and I'll determine whether or not there is a need for an order of protection, and then probably would have to set a hearing.
By the time this hearing reaches its conclusion, the courtroom isn't focused on love, betrayal, or even emotional pain. It's focused on accountability. This case ultimately comes down to credibility, finances, and the legal reality of a very short-term marriage. The judge makes something clear throughout this proceeding. Short marriages are treated differently under the law. When a marriage lasts only a few months, courts are not looking to redistribute wealth as if two people built a life together over decades. Instead, the goal is often to return both parties as close as possible to the positions they were in before the marriage ever happened. And when you examine the evidence presented here, that framework explains nearly every ruling. Joseph Tootle entered the marriage earning roughly $92,000 a year. He paid a down payment of approximately $60,000 on a home purchased just weeks after the wedding. He alone qualified for the mortgage. He made the $42,000 monthly payments. He covered utilities, insurance, and household expenses. Even the vehicle driven by Jordan Bachnick was initially paid by him because she couldn't qualify on her own. On the other side, Jordan acknowledged, under oath, that she did not contribute to the mortgage, utilities, insurance, taxes, or down payment. Her financial contributions were limited primarily to groceries and expenses for her children. She also acknowledged that Joseph paid for her attorney in a separate paternity action involving another man, that financial imbalance matters legally. But finances were not the only issue that weighed heavily on the court. Credibility became a turning point. During cross-examination, Jordan admitted to lying about property damage. She admitted lying about who was driving a vehicle when her 10-year-old child operated it. She admitted to misleading Joseph about damage to the home, and most significantly, she initially denied having a romantic relationship during the marriage, only to later admit she had sexual encounters with another man while still married. Judges take dishonesty seriously, not because people are imperfect, but because courts rely on truthful testimony to make fair decisions. When inconsistencies pile up, credibility erodes. Another major concern for the court was the allegation of threats involving law enforcement. Joseph testified that Jordan threatened to call police and falsely accuse him of violence. Whether every detail of those claims could be proven wasn't the immediate issue. The concern was risk. Courts act conservatively when false allegations could irreversibly harm someone's life. That's why the judge issued a strict order prohibiting either party from involving law enforcement to gain leverage in the divorce. Violating that order carries jail time. That is not a symbolic warning. It is a real consequence designed to prevent escalation. The ruling itself was measured, not emotional. Jordan was allowed to remain in the home temporarily, solely to allow her children to finish the school year, but a firm exit date was set, June 1st. Joseph retains temporary possession of the home. He continues paying the mortgage. There is no forced sale. There is no alimony. There is no immediate financial reward for a spouse who contributed nothing toward acquiring the asset. The judge also addressed spending expectations. In divorce, lifestyle changes. Recreational spending, clothing budgets, and discretionary expenses must be reduced. Courts do not preserve comfort. They preserve fairness. This wasn't a punishment, it was a correction, and that's the broader lesson of this case. Marriage is not a financial strategy. Courts do not reward entitlement. Love does not override math, and dishonesty, once exposed, carries consequences that no argument can undo. Joseph wasn't portrayed as perfect. Even the judge acknowledged that he entered the marriage knowing there were risks. But bad decisions do not justify exploitation, and the law exists to draw that line clearly. Now the question goes to you. Did the judge get this right? Was this a fair balance between compassion and accountability, or should the outcome have been different? Come on me, tell us what you think in the comments. And if you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.